What is up, everybody? It is Midwest Raider fans coming at you with another video for our channel. This is Midwest Raider, and then welcoming us today with his presence is good old Jimmy, and he is here to go over the Kansas City Chiefs are coming to, well, actually, we're going to their town, but
Yep.
it's a big game this week. We're coming off a win. They're coming off a really good win from Detroit, and so we're going to talk about if we have a chance. Even if we have, like Dumb and Dumber is like, so you're saying there's a chance. We're going to tell you what we need to do to have that chance. So stay tuned for it. It's going to be good. I think we have some good ideas here for the future. We're going to talk about little stats, a little bit of the rivalry, even though people don't think it's a rivalry anymore because the Chiefs have been schooling us for a little while, but I still think it's a rivalry. And we always, for the most part, it's been kept pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Jimmy. Jimmy's got some good research and stats that he's got, and then we're going to kind of go into it. Right now, the Raiders are 2-4, and Kansas City is 3-3. We're going to meet them. I think is it the 12 o'clock game or is it
12 o'clock.
3 o'clock?
Yep.
12 o'clock game. So yeah, we're going to go there, and I guess we're going to tee off on each other and see what happens. So we do have some keys to success, but like I said, I'll let Jimmy go into your let us know what's going on and let us know what we're doing.
All right. Well, we all know that Kansas City gets a fresh receiver this week. Fortunately, wish he would have been, one more game suspension. But yeah, Rice will be back. Obviously, he's a professional athlete. He's stayed in shape. Our only hoping, saving grace, maybe he's not really got his mindset of getting those big hits. So obviously, we're going to have to keep those receivers under control. And doing that, I think our biggest takeaway on defense is we're going to need our defense to step up like they did last week. We're going to need a big game out of Crosby. And if he's getting double, triple teamed, then the rest of that line is going to have to get in there, keep Patrick Mahomes contained inside, the pocket there and slow him down. But it's going to be brutal. Again, we need to keep somebody on Kelsey. I don't know why. Every game you ever watch of the Chiefs, hopefully you agree, just seems like nobody ever covers him. He's just always wide open there in the middle. So we just need to, focus our main stop defense. That's where I'm going to start with. I'll throw it over to you. See what you think. What else you got? I mean, we've got some offensive things we need to do, but just lots of things.
Yes, absolutely. So I just want to pay a couple bills here and just say we really need you out there, Raider Nation. We love talking Raider football, so please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And let us know if you think we're crazy or not or whatever. We just love to talk football, so please give us a like, subscribe, share, and follow the Midwest Raiders. So basically, I just want to kind of go over a little bit of little statistics that I did some research on. So currently our record, the Chiefs own us at 73, 54, and 2. And since 2020, in the rivalry, the Chiefs are 8-2 against us. So we've only won 2 games in the last 4 years. Terrible. This will be the 133rd meeting between the Chiefs and the Raiders. And, maybe that odd number will be odd goodness for the Raiders. I don't know, but wishful thinking. And some other things that in the rivalry, they swept us last year, so we didn't do good. We had that win with Derek Carr back in 2020 when it was 40-38. I think I'll be honest right now, I think only Derek Carr could lead us to 40 points. Since then, I don't think any other quarterback has really done that. Well, I guess we did have a 63 game. Was that with Aiden?
Against the Chargers?
Yeah. So I guess so, but it's really rare, and he used to do that more than any other quarterback anyway. So, and then Aiden gave us that 2014 victory on Christmas Eve, or was it
Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. So
it was a great Christmas.
But it's still been a while, and so they swept us all last year. Didn't really have a chance. They were close games last year, but I don't think the Chiefs are on the come up right now, and it's going to be really tough to beat them. Like you said, they're going to have Worthy, Kelsey, and Rice in that offense. It's going to be pretty tough. They have a really good defense. They have, I think, like their line is like 12th in the league. It's really good. So their line's good. Ours is like 29th. So with their good defense and our 29th offensive line in the league, it's going to be terrible. Also, another key thing that I hear nobody talking about is Pete Carroll does not have a good record against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's only 1-4 against the Chiefs. So, coaching wise, that's not looking good for us. And I don't even know. I should have looked up what Geno Smith is against the Kansas City Chiefs, maybe with Seattle. But like I said in the video on the recap, I did say we do know what we get. Well, I'm going to say this again. We do know what we get with Geno. He's gonna throw a pick. I guarantee he averages almost one pick a game. We're gonna have to kind of cut down on the turnovers. That's one of my keys right now. Is Geno has to have a very good day. Limit him, make him a game manager. Don't let him go crazy, kind of what he did against the Titans. I don't think he was going crazy. He was dinking and dunking. I'm okay with that. I still think we should, at least he has the capabilities to go over the top if he needs to. I don't know if the Chiefs allow us to do that, but we had the opportunity to do it, but I'm okay with him doing an Aiden O'Connell, taking 7 minutes off the clock like we did against the Titans, driving down the field and keeping Patrick Mahomes off the field. I think that would be awesome. What do you think, Jimmy?
Yep, nope, I completely agree. I think we want to dink and dunk it all the way down the field, eat up that clock. That's going to be key. Keep Patrick Mahomes on the side. We've seen it before, even on those two, wins we had. You keep him on the side, he comes in, and we can get him rattled just a little bit. He's off his game, and he's got to punt. The other thing we got to do is we have to score touchdowns. We can't just be settling for field goals. Yep. Chiefs are going to score. I mean, let's face it, they're good. They have a great offense, a great scheme. They're going to score on our defense. There's no doubt about it. And they normally score pretty quick. They got those big plays. So we need to make sure that when we tackle, we wrap up. I mean, everybody wants to go and try to strip the ball, and I get that. But at the same time, we're doing that. They're gaining, 4, 5, 6 more yards on the play when we just need to get them down, get them in some, third down situations. And hopefully, we can prevail maybe to get a sack, strip sack would be great, like we saw last week's game. So that's going to be key. I agree with what you said. Geno, we all know he's not going to have a perfect game. It'd be great. It could happen. I don't see it happening. But one thing is we need to get him outside of the pocket. We saw it against Tennessee last week when he stayed in the pocket. He was just getting sacked. The line collapsed. Again, you said we're, 29th, our offensive line. So against those Chiefs, Chris Jones coming up the middle, we can't do that. So we need to have a moving pocket, roll them out, and then it'd be great for Genty. I don't know how much. Like I said, they got a good run defense. So hopefully we can, get a couple decent blocks and maybe get him going, or again, just get him out there, get a chip on somebody, and then he's, kind of open. And again, dink and dunk it. Like you said, we had that 7 minutes and 56-second third quarter drive that did end in a touchdown, last week. So again, we keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. Don't let him get warmed up. He's cold. He's cooling off. Then we get in there and attack him, get him off his game. And I think that's going to be huge for us.
Absolutely. Totally agree. You even took some of mine there, so thanks. You're in the video a little bit shorter than I anticipated.
Yeah,
no, just kidding.
Great minds think alike.
But yes. So yeah, I agree with getting Geno out of the pocket, get him to scramble a little bit more, do some things like that. I love even doing Janty off tackle runs. I said that in the recap as well on the last game. I loved seeing him go off tackles, sideline, 1-on-1 in a corner. That's the way we're going to get this one done. We need to get Tucker, Mayer, since he'll be playing again, Myers and Thornton involved. I don't know how long Jacoby Myers is going to be a Raider. Hearing a lot of trade rumors out there, but let's get him involved while he's here. If he's here, let's use him as much as we can, and he's going to be pretty valuable against the Chiefs. He has to get open, and along with everybody else to help. Tucker, Thornton's been pretty quiet lately. That's why I've seen probably Besh and even Bachman out there now. So. Yep. Hopefully we can use the guys that we know have talent and get them going. And then, like you said, we got to get them rattled as well. We need Max Crosby to Max Crosby things and get in Mahomes' head. Don't be his friend this game. We need to get in his head, and we need you to be the vicious Max Crosby you are and rattle him, get in his head, get him off his game, get him talking smack, going, I'm here, get him doing all that stuff so we can take advantage of some of that and maybe get them to make a mistake. That's what we need. We need the Chiefs to make mistakes, and unfortunately, they don't do that very often.
Yep, no, I completely agree. Like I said, we need a big game out of him and the rest of that offensive line. I think that's going to set the tone. Just to keep it close. Obviously, I think it'll be a closer game than what everybody else is predicting. Hopefully, but again, it's going to be our defensive line. That's going to be our key. And then again, we got to put a body on Kelsey. We can't just let him roam free over the middle there. Get somebody on him and try to keep Mahomes in that pocket, like I said, and don't let him take off running and scrambling and tiptoe the sideline. He's not going to go out. Got to play, almost penalty free against these Chiefs because we've seen it before, and late hits and just giving them free first downs, 15 yards. Yeah. They don't need any extra help. They definitely don't need that help.
No, yeah, especially since sliding credit cards to referees and stuff too.
Yeah, I did see that.
But yes, they are scoring 28-point plus games, man. So we haven't done that. So I think 24 is our most this year. So yeah, we're gonna need a perfect game, and unfortunately, I don't know if that's gonna happen. But it needs to be as close to perfect as possible to beat these Chiefs. One last thing that I want to bring up is it is kind of funny that the two oldest coaches in the NFL will be battling as well, with Andy Reid at 67 and Pete Carroll at 74. So we're going to have the grumpier old men battle going at it and having fun with it too. But we just need
grumpiest old man wins.
Yeah. But yeah, so and also we play cover 3 defense, because that's Pete Carroll's defense, is cover 3, and Mahomes knows how to tear that defense up. So I hope we mix something up. I hope he knows that and does something different, because Mahomes will tear that defense up if that's where we're going to play. So I believe I said too that Pete Carroll's 1-4 against the Chiefs, so he doesn't have a good record at them either. So, but those are the biggest things. I think we put a lot of keys that if we did some of these things during this game, I think we have a chance. And that's all we need is a chance, right? Keep it close, have the defense play okay, and just keep us in the game, and maybe we can finish it with a field goal or something.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, I'm going to add one more key, and that's going to be on punt and kickoffs. We need to have our special teams keep them not running wild and starting on the 40, 50-yard line. We need to contain them, make them drive the field. They're very capable of driving the field. We definitely don't want to give them that short field advantage,
Yeah,
so I think that's another key again, but it's just all 3 phases of football. We need them all to be good, almost perfect. And like you said, I think it's going to be closer. I don't think they go in and blow us out. If the defense, like I said, we can get in there, our offense, takes time off the clock, I think it'll be a closer one. And hopefully, like you said, hopefully we can pull it out, maybe walk-off field goal. I don't even care. Safety, even better.
What's your final prediction on this one?
I think this one, I'm going to say 24-21, and I'm going to give it to us. I think we hit our high goal of 24. I think we diamond, dink and dunk it all the way down the field. We're going to use our, Mayers out there like we did last week. He had 50 yards receptions and a touchdown. Genty had quite a few receptions. I don't know the stats offhand, but I know they used him, just again, the receivers, again, I don't know if the Chiefs are going to let our receivers get open deep, but that's fine because we don't need big plays necessarily right off the bat. We want to eat some time off the clock. Mahomes stays cold, and then we can, hopefully get in there, rattle him. They punt a couple times, and maybe we can, build a little bit of a lead and give us some leeway there. But yep, so I'm going to say 24-21. I have high hopes, but I always have high hopes.
I'm going to go, it's tough, man, because we can't go high, so I have to say we have to get 24 points, right? But I'm going to give us 28 points, and I'm going to say it's 28-27, and somehow that makes sense, and we kick a field goal or win by a missed field goal or something dumb that happens, because they missed a field goal the other day against, so something like that. 28-27 Raiders. I think another little point that I want to make is our game plan was around Genty last game with the Titans, and so this one kind of doesn't have to be any different, where we really kind of highlight him, make him the runner, make him pass catching, even though they're going to be looking for that. They're going to be gunning for Genty. So if they do that, then I hope we do as good as we did in the Titans game, and we didn't do great, but all 3 phases played okay, which was great. So we had a best complete game that we could. And then also like I said, we focused Genty and then dinked and dunked on everybody else. So hopefully we can continue to dink and dunk. People step up. We need those, like I said, Thornton, Myers, Mayer, and Tucker to step up this game as well. So we need help from everybody and just everybody just to have a complete game, the best game that we can have against the Chiefs. Like I said, it's kind of our Super Bowl playing the Chiefs, in my opinion. And if we can beat them, that's the best win of the season. 28-27.
Yeah, I like it.
All
like
right.
I said, like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, tell us we're nuts. We're going to get blown out 100-0. I don't know. Let us hear it. Said we'd love to talk Raiders football.
Yes. So totally agree. Like, subscribe, share. And that's all we got for you today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, go Raiders.